Let's talk about pressure. And I mean immense pressure, both literally and figuratively. In the middle of global chaos, how do you make sure that a massive piece of industrial equipment, something operating under extreme stress, doesn't just catastrophically fail? That was the challenge, and the answer is a powerful lesson in what truly matters.
You know, this wasn't some theoretical exercise. During the global health crisis, you had inspectors being denied access to facilities, key people were stuck at home, and supply chains were frozen solid. But the question remained, how do you guarantee that a boiler or a reactor or a pipeline can operate safely? How do you prevent a disaster when you can't even get on site?
So here's our roadmap. First, we're going to get a handle on the pressure the crisis created. Then, we'll pinpoint the real weak link it exposed. We'll see how the industry fell back on its fundamentals, which reveals a powerful three-pillar framework. And finally, we'll pull out the critical lesson this massive stress test taught us for the future.
Okay, so just picture the scene. The world grinds to a halt. All of a sudden, you can't get inspectors into the workshops. Vital materials are stuck in transit for weeks on end. Your most experienced welders are working in skeleton crews. The normal rhythm of oversight and quality control wasn't just disrupted, it was completely shattered.
But here's the crucial point, and it's really the heart of this entire analysis. The crisis didn't change the laws of physics. Metallurgy, the principles of welding, the fundamental construction codes, all of that stayed exactly the same. So what was the real problem?
And this is the main idea right here. The physics didn't budge. The science of a perfect weld, the metallurgical properties of steel, those are constants. What collapsed was the human system, the logistics, the oversight, the organization of the work itself. The real vulnerability wasn't in the engineering, it was in the process.
And since that direct, on-site supervision became so difficult, a new game plan was needed. The industry had to fall back on the absolute fundamentals, the core elements of quality that could be verified and trusted even from a distance. Let's take a look at what those were.
This is what became the new foundation of safety. Every single material had to have a clear paper trail. Every welding procedure needed a rock-solid qualification. Every welder certification was put under a microscope. And most importantly, were the results from non-destructive testing, or NDT, reliable and documented? This wasn't anything new, but without direct oversight, it became the only line of defense.
And of course, these fundamentals aren't just arbitrary rules. They're codified in global standards. You can think of codes like those from ASME, the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, which sets the rules for testing and welding, or the ISO standards that certify the people doing the work. These became the non-negotiable rulebooks for ensuring quality.
This forced a shift to what's called reinforced surveillance. The logic was simple. If your eyes can't be in the workshop, they have to be glued to the paperwork. You had to be sure of the procedure, sure of the person, and sure of the proof. It all boiled down to a simple mantra: trust the professional, but verify the documents.
This whole experience really crystallized a simple but powerful framework for ensuring mechanical integrity not just in a crisis, but at all times. And it all rests on three essential pillars. Pillar 1. Qualified procedures. Think of this as the master recipe. A document like a welding procedure qualification record, or PQR, proves that your method has been tested and is capable of producing a sound, safe weld. It takes the guesswork out and guarantees consistency every single time. The second pillar is qualified personnel. A great recipe is useless without a skilled chef. You need certified welders and NDT technicians who have proven they have the competence and the skill to execute that qualified procedure correctly. Their certification is the proof of that capability. And pillar 3, the one that ties everything else together, traceable documentation. This is the paper trail, the undeniable, ironclad proof. It's the ultimate evidence that links the right material to the right procedure executed by the right person. Without it, quality is just a claim. With it, it's a verifiable fact. So what's the big lesson to take away from all this? The crisis acted as an industry-wide stress test. It didn't invent new rules. It just brutally reminded us of the importance of the old ones and forced us to rely on the fundamentals of our craft. And here's the bottom line, the undeniable truth of this business. The quality of the weld and the reliability of your inspections are the absolute bedrock of mechanical integrity. If you compromise on that, you're compromising on safety. There are simply no shortcuts.
So to wrap up, I'll leave you with one final question. This crisis proved that a true quality system isn't built to pass audits in peacetime. It's built to hold the line during the storm. Is your system really built on qualified procedures, qualified personnel, and traceable documentation? Is it ready for the next crisis? Because one thing's for sure, there will be another one.